Bibbidi bobbidi boo, it's the animated extravaganza Tronkey Dong. Chadley, welcome
Super
to the
Bowl.
third year in a row.
Super Bowl special, baby.
Super Bowl special. This is the third annual animated extravaganza with some of our best episodes.
Yeah, I'm
They do
very
well.
excited. Yeah, and they always go for a really long time, so I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about
This shit's gonna be like 2 hours because I got 45 minutes bits on some of these things. So
yeah, absolutely, it's gonna be absolutely preposterous. I'm very excited, but like just before we get into it, just because like Disney does a lot of animated movies, and we're gonna be talking about 3 of them today.
sure.
But our good buddy Buck LeDuc here has actually recently gone to Disneyland, and he was about to tell me some shit before the show. Before I stopped him, I was like, "Yo, save it for the pod." So wait, what exactly was going on when you and your dad went to fucking Disneyland?
Well, because I was down there for like a week in LA pitching our movie, and then my dad came down because we went to go see the Lakers game, and we're like, oh, well, let's go to Disneyland too. Because here's the thing that most people don't realize about Disneyland is California Adventure has Vegas rules on liquor. Like you can buy beers there, and you can just walk around with them. You can fucking go on roller coasters with just holding a beer, dude.
Wait,
it's
do they
so
like?
crazy.
Do you have to bring your own booze, or like do they have bars?
No, they serve beer there, dude. And it was like because we were there during like the holidays, so they had like this craft beer tent that had all these craft beers from around California, and we were just like sampling these fuckers, like getting so drunk, and we were just like walking around, and we were trying to like come down from being way too drunk, and then like I did a hit of acid also, so like we were like way too drunk, and I was fucked up, and I'm like, well, let's check out this stage show. And if you've been to Disneyland before, you would know that their stage show was Aladdin for like 15 years. So we walk in there, and all of a sudden, this fucking Frozen show starts, and we're like, "What the fuck did we get into?" Because this isn't fucking Aladdin, right? And then like they start doing all the fucking, and I'm like falling asleep because it's so fucking boring. Like all this, I've never seen Frozen, so
yeah,
like,
that's my favorite part about this is that I know for a fact you have never seen Frozen.
So like I don't know what's going on. Like there's a fucking people dancing around and shit, and there's like fucking ice kings and like. Fucking there's like, okay, what it blows my mind is like the little fucking he's like a snowman, but like there's a guy puppeting it, but like it was just a dude and they didn't cover him up, and he just was puppeting it. He
wasn't even wearing like full black garb. That's what you're supposed to do.
No, it was just a dude like in street clothes. I was like, what the fuck? And then there's like it's like a caribou, I think, or like an elk or something.
Yeah, there's a caribou, yeah.
And like the costume was crazy because like the guy's head was poking out of the top of it, right? I guess so he could talk and walk around and shit. But like it just looks like a dude with like a fucking caribou busting out of his chest, fucking alien style. I was like, what the fuck? It was such a shoddy show, which like because the Aladdin show is so fucking good. But like it was so shoddy, dude. And because I just think the way that movie must be structured is that it doesn't translate to a good stage show because they're just running around and like nothing makes sense. I mean, I was also wasted and on acid, but like
that's kind of how the movie is, honestly.
Yeah, so like it made no sense, and then we walked out because we were too fucking drunk for it. But
what I love, I've been to Disneyland. I've actually been to Disneyland like more times than I should have. Like I think it's like 4 times now. I went with you once. Yeah, that was a good time. Remember when we kicked the shit out of Luxie? That was fun.
It's a lot of fun, honestly. It really is a fun place. Like, and especially
it's fun
especially that they have fucking Vegas rules. I was like, because it's private property, right? They don't give a shit.
Well, last time I went to Disney World, I think I was 19. So like, I feel like if I went now that I'm 21, like. Over 21.
When we go down there to do our movie, we have to go at some point and just get really fucking drunk.
Fucking wrecked. I like the idea of like some of Disney's own writers just going to Disney World and getting fucking wasted out of their minds.
Well, here's the thing: is because like I don't think many people know it has Vegas rules. So me and my dad are walking around with fucking beers, and people are like, "Where the fuck did they get beers? How are they drinking beers?"
And people like stopped you and they're like, "Excuse me, sir, would you be able to point me in a general direction, please?"
And trust me, we knew where all the fucking spots were. So
yeah, you guys had a map, and you guys just like starred every place you could get beer.
Yeah.
Because I know they got like McDonald's and shit in there, but does like the McDonald's there sell beer? Because I know some of them in the States do. Or maybe that's in Europe. I've seen that in Europe.
They don't have McDonald's in the park, and
they don't. I thought they used to.
And maybe they don't now. They just have their shit. They just have their shitty $7 Mexican places. But
Dude, there's so many of them, and like there's so many Mexican places in Disneyland. That's one thing that I will always remember, because you have two choices when you go to Disneyland. One, Mexican places for $7, or two, themed sit down restaurants from like that are themed around Disney movies that are like fucking buck wild expensive.
yeah,
It's like come on into the Under the Sea restaurant and get your $38 burger. You know,
get a filet mignon for fucking $80. It's like, nah, dude.
How about I just have a fucking burrito and then just like shit this entire time that I'm in this goddamn park? How about that? Like the bathrooms.
Give me the $8 burrito covered in fucking enchilada sauce, and let's fucking go buck wild.
Like the thing too is that like the bathrooms.
Give me a Corona.
The bathrooms at Disneyland are always in like really good shape, so they have to have like 1,000 janitors. Like there's got to be so
like
many
janitors. Like Roller Coaster Tycoon, when you have like a guy just working like a little area.
Yeah,
that's what it's like. They have like one guy per bathroom.
I love reading stories of people who like work at Disneyland, and they're like, "Man, I was in the break room today, and then Snow White just like waltzed in and was like, "Sup, bitches!" Like that's stories like that are my favorite. Or like somebody was like, "Oh, I walked into Belle and she dropped her coffee and was like, oh fuck!" Like that's just Disney princesses swearing is my favorite image. Because like,
so what do we got movie wise here, Chadley?
We got lots. We're talking about 6 films. Did we do 6 last year? I feel like we're doing more than usual this year.
I think we did 6 last year.
Did we do 6 last year? Because last year was terrible. It was fucking awful for Disney or animated movies. This is a little better. This year, but there's also some preposterous garbage. So let's today we're gonna be talking about, in this order, Zootopia, Finding Dory, Moana, followed by our top 5 favorite Disney songs. Then we're going to be talking about Trolls, Kubo and the Two Strings, and ending off with the new movie from Studio Ghibli, which is the event of the hour. If you're like, oh, I don't know Studio Ghibli, I don't give a shit, you wait around for that, because that's going to be good content.
Dude, I got more to say than any movie we've ever talked about.
It's called The Red Turtle. It's a new movie from Studio Ghibli. The people who made Spirited Away and like
sort of though. It's not really made by them.
Yeah, it's like their new American office or whatever made it. It's like
no one in America made it. This is a completely French made film.
Okay, yeah, I knew it was either America or France. I didn't know which one. I thought it was American, but it's like their French offices made this, but
not even French offices. This is just a company. They said, yeah, you can make a Studio Ghibli movie.
Really?
Yep.
Neat. Well, we'll talk about that a little later, because it's let's talk about Zootopia.
Okay, yeah.
Let's talk about Zootopia.
Hashtag Predator ban. We got Zootopia.
Absolutely. This movie is about race, and I don't think you can do that. I don't think
it's interesting because it's not very subtle about it either.
No, it's really unsubtle. But like, before we launch into it, because I mean, I do have some picks about this movie, but Zootopia is actually really good.
It's pretty good. It came out, early in the year.
Yeah, it's like a film noir about a bunny rabbit who's a police officer. I remember when I saw trailers for this. I think we talked about it on this show, and I was like, it's a fucking talking animal movie. Those are so unoriginal.
Yeah, and now Chadley wants to fuck the bunny, which is weird. So
yeah, they found a way to actually kind of make
cutie pie.
How dare you? She's like voiced by like that fucking she was on House, the girl who voices that bunny rabbit, and she was on that Once Upon a Time, which I absolutely hate that my girlfriend watches, because I sometimes I accidentally watch Once Upon a Time, like, and like that's just a terrible. Like I walk in, my girlfriend's watching something, and I'm like, ooh, what's this? And then like she's like the show ends, and it's like it's on Netflix, and it's like next episode of Once Upon a Time, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
you fucking tricked me again, bitch.
Yeah, good job. Could you do this to me?
That's a chop.
Yeah. But it's voiced by that girl whose name I don't think I could tell you.
I don't know. I'm not really familiar with that. But you know what I am familiar with? Idris Elba is apparently in every animated movie this year.
Yo, there was 4 movies in a row where he played talking animals, and then directly after that he played like an alien monster in Star Trek, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, how'd you do this? And he's really good. Like he's really good in all these. He was like in Jungle Book, and then this, and
you know what's crazy? Like he probably only goes in for like one day into the booth, and dude is the only person going 110%
Yeah,
every single
absolutely.
time.
Absolutely. Like in these animated movies, he's like, I don't give a shit what my character, tell me my character. And they tell him the character. And he's like, all right, I'm going to nail this.
Because he probably loves it. Like they're like, hey, you're the police chief and you're some sort of African bison or whatever the fuck it is, a yak.
He's like, yo, say no more, fam. Say no more.
He's like, I got this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's amazing in this movie. He plays like the chief of police who's constantly coming down on the main character. There's also Judy Hopps.
Judy Hopps, Chadley.
I
watched this like last night. I actually really like this movie. It's it's the only one that I've seen twice out of these animated movies.
I've seen this one. I've seen this one a few times. There's another one that I've seen twice, but we'll talk about that one a little bit later. This one is yeah, like it is. This one is really fun. It does try and like teach a lesson though, and I think the lesson is
like heavy-handed, which is like a kind of a strange direction to go in this type of movie, because it's basically a film noir movie, which is crazy.
It's a bonkers thing for Disney to do.
I think I have some notes on this, but there's the crazy section where it's like the second act is like just phenomenal, because it starts off with like I wish I would have written this down, but like there's like so many hilarious scenes in this movie, and they're all like right back to back. And
the sloth scene.
I do have it written down.
Are you thinking the sloth scene?
Well, no, the second act starts where they're investigating like where this otter has gone missing, and it starts with them going to a nudist club, right? First off your bat, this is a kids movie with a fucking nudist club in it.
But you can get away with it because it's animals, and ain't nobody gonna question it.
They don't got dicks, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
because it's animated. Then it moves directly into the sloth DMV scene, which is maybe the funniest scene of the year.
Yeah, dude, the sloth DMV scene is amazing. Flash is like the new greatest character in a fucking movie, dude.
He might be the character he's Chappie, dude, of this year.
Yeah, he fucking Chappied the shit out of this. Like, I remember like not expecting a lot going into this, because like everybody I knew had seen it, and they're like, yeah, dude, you gotta fucking see this movie, it's amazing. So I was like, all right, whatever, let's see what this is all about. And I laughed so hard watching this movie.
But like the second act doesn't even stop there, Chadley. It then moves directly into a Godfather parody.
Oh yeah, with the
so insane.
With the little mouse guy, it's so good.
And like I feel like the second act makes up for like how kind of uninteresting a lot of the first and third act are.
Yeah, the third act I feel gets kind of boring. Like I do agree. As soon as like it's revealed,
it runs on a little too long, and like the reveal happens maybe a little too early.
Yeah, because like it's revealed like it's revealed who the bad guy is, and then like there's like
a whole another 25 minutes. Like it feels like you hit the climax, and then there's like a 25 minutes, and then there's like the second climax where it's ending.
Yeah. Hey, why is there Breaking Bad reference in this movie? That's what I really want to know.
Oh yes, there is a Breaking Bad reference in this. The fucking guy refers to the chemist as Walter and Jesse, or the chemist refers to someone as Walter and Jesse.
Yeah, Walter and Jesse were the chemists, and I can't say for sure, but I know that Disney can't say it, but like it looks like they were cooking crystal in there, you know.
Yeah, I mean they were cooking something. Let's cook.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's cook. But then like, yeah, I just feel like the final scene, like the climax where like she's chasing them through the museum, couldn't have chosen like a more interesting place in this giant world you created to have the climax take place in a fucking museum.
The world building is really cool. It's like because they have each biome for like each group of animals.
Oh, it's excellent, and I can't wait to see like this is one of those movies that I think is going to translate really well to Disneyland. Like, sure, I can't wait to see what they do in Disneyland for this, because this is cool.
You could have like a whole theme park just based on the fucking Zootopia city. It's fucking dope, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do have some problems though. Like it's a super heavy handed when it comes to the themes of fucking fucking
discrimination.
Rabbits can't be police off. Yeah, discrimination and predator bans, and it's the Muslim ban, Chadley. It's the same exact thing.
Yeah, it was relevant after the movie came out, which is fucking preposterous. But yeah, it really, you know what? I never really put those two and two together. I was just like, yeah, the movie's about racism. But now that you mention it, like it does have some striking similarities to the Muslim ban that's going on in the United States right now. Because it's just like a group of people that they're scared of because, you know, some people in that group of people did some very crazy things, and like some very select people, you know, and I do agree with you there. This movie is fucking crazy. This movie's like, it was an absolutely ballsy move for Disney. Like they were really putting themselves out there with this one.
Yeah, I mean, there's like no music in it really. There's no songs, so it's not like it's not a regular Disney format. It's a fucking detective movie, which is
fine. And actually, that's something that I did want to talk about. Is that like I do feel like Disney has started to become scared, particularly post Princess and the Frog. They've started to get scared because they put out Princess and the Frog and they're like, all right, we're going to take our classic Disney screenwriting formula and apply it to a new movie, Princess and the Frog. And that movie didn't do very well. I mean, I'm sure it made it.
I've never even heard of that movie.
Princess and the Frog. It was big when it came out, I guess. I think it was nominated for Best Animated or whatever, but it was like a classic Disney movie, and it was like the start of their resurgence, and it didn't do very well. And I feel like because of that movie, they're like, oh, it didn't do well because people think the formula is tired. The formula really isn't tired. I could see more classic Disney movies. I think the problem is that Princess and the Frog is unfortunately not that good of a movie. So when they started being like, all right, let's break the formula a little bit, they started making these like phenomenally good movies that were completely uncharacteristic of Disney movies. And that's not a problem. That's a good thing. That's when we get things like Big Hero 6. That's when we get things like Wreck-It Ralph. Even Frozen, which has some of that classic Disney screenwriting in it, but it does break its own rules even a little bit.
Moana is a good example. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit too. But I'm tired. I'm worried now that Disney thinks that they can't do a movie that is fueled by romance anymore. And I think that's sort of like part of it is that they want to make these movies not about romance. Even though I think because they made so many of those, you know, like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, they did Hercules, which is fueled by romance. Lion King fueled by romance, absolutely.
That one has a bit of a deeper theme, but you know,
absolutely
same thing basically.
And maybe it was even in the early 2000s they stopped doing the romance thing, and that's when it got really fucking bad with things like Treasure Planet and goddamn Chicken Little.
I like Treasure Planet though.
Oh, dude, Treasure Planet blows. So you're wrong about that one, but
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that. But
I think like because like even like they were doing really well with some of this you know, this classic formula breaking, and with Emperor's New Groove, Lilo and Stitch.
I don't like that one.
Oh, see, I really like that one. I think that one's good. Treasure Planet blows. Chicken Little, and then when they saw Chicken Little did so bad, they're like, okay, let's go back to the classic formula. They went back to the classic formula with Princess and the Frog. It didn't work, and then they're like, fuck it, scrap that. Let's just move on and make some other shit. And I'm purposely leaving out Tangled because it counteracts my points.
I don't know what that is.
You never saw Tangled? Oh, Tangled's actually really fucking good. It's absolutely it's a Disney movie, came out in like 2010, 2011, and it's like 100%.
I have a gap from like 2007 to like last year that I didn't see any Disney movies. So
yeah, but Zootopia, it really is great. But I am worried that Disney doesn't want to make classic Disney movies anymore. They want to make things that are completely original, and that's great. And I'm having a great time with it. But I also want to see more Disney movies, some more characteristically Disney movies. Either way, that's my rant about Disney and their weird fucking and I'm talking about like Disney Animation Studios. Obviously, Disney's working on a lot of stuff right now, you know, like so
they're getting some shit done. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. They're making more money than you and I know exists.
No, but I enjoyed Zootopia a lot. I think it's a good one. I think it's one of their better ones.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this one is probably better for adults than it is for kids, though, honestly.
Yeah, I think it might be. There's a lot of really good references in this one, which like for example, The Godfather, like that's an 8-minute scene of just The Godfather.
And like, here's the thing, Godfather came out in 1972. Ain't no 10-year-old kid seen that.
No 10-year-old kid has seen The Godfather until we start our Disney Channel show called The Education of Film.
Yeah, absolutely. Which, well, you gave away the title. I didn't think we were doing that yet, but I'm glad you did. I mean, it's a pretty general title, but I thought we were just holding that one under wraps.
There might be a subtitle or something, you know.
Yeah, could be. Either way, Zootopia is great, but I honestly, I would almost say like, because like the second act is fun for kids. Like some of the second act, like the DMV, that's fun for kids. Like even the Nudist Club, like that could be fun for kids.
Sure.
But the first and third act will probably seem like boring exposition to a kid, even though they are important and somewhat necessary to make this movie well-rounded. I think kids could get bored by that sort of stuff.
I think that's a fair assessment of Zootopia. But man, that second act is a lot of fun.
Oh, it's so much fun. The DMV scene is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I was howling. I was fucking howling.
Which is interesting because you don't like Jason Bateman. So how do you feel about him being basically the second main?
Yeah, he's the second main character in this movie. He basically accompanies Judy Hopps the entire movie.
You know who I really like?
Sort of
like Jason Bateman's henchman, the little fucking chihuahua or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah.
Good content, dude.
Yeah, that's good content when they use it to steal ice cream. That's classic stuff.
Dude, and he fucking just drives away in a fucking... It's like, yo, he looks like a baby, but he's driving in a car.
Yeah, I love like what's it called? It's like that same bit is in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where it's like the baby actor turns out to be like a guy with like a Danny DeVito voice. It's amazing. He's like, somebody get me a whiskey, and it's like that's coming out of a baby. That's classic.
That's funny stuff.
He fucking lights a cigar. The baby lights the cigar in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I'm like, oh shit, I'm in.
Is that why you're on board with Baby Boss?
Dude, I'm so on board. If Baby Boss doesn't have at least one moment where the baby lights a cigar, I'm fucking walking.
Yeah, you're walking. Huh?
I'm walking. If in the first 30 minutes I don't see that baby light a cigar, I'm gonna walk out the theater.
He's wearing a little suit. He's a boss.
Dude, who is that? Is that fucking that's Alec Baldwin or some shit? I can't believe that movie's real.
Yeah, I know. It seems like an SNL scare.
Yeah, it's like that. And there's another movie that was like the exact same thing, but with a cat. What was that with Kevin Spacey as the cat boss or whatever? 9 Lives. Is that what that was called?
Oh, is that what that's about? I have no idea what that movie's about.
Yeah, I think he's like a boss and he Freaky Fridays with a cat, and then he's got to run his company as a cat or something like that. I've heard it's fucking terrible, but I've not seen it. I've heard it's fucking terrible, but either way, Zootopia is a lot of fun. I think Disney's really got it right. And here's the thing: is that when I was growing up, like probably like mid 2000s to like 2009 or so, is that Disney had sort of like this yearly routine that they go through where Disney Animation Studios would put out something kind of lackluster. They would put out something kind of lackluster. And then Disney Pixar would sort of put out something like spectacularly good. Sort of like like there was a year that, for instance, like Toy Story 2 came out, and I think Disney put out something like Emperor's New Groove, which I said earlier I like, but it's not as good as Toy Story 2. And then like things like Monsters Inc. was happening the same year as like I don't know, Treasure Planet. These are just examples that I'm coming up with. Although the year that Cars came out, I think was the same year as Chicken Little, and that was just shitty on absolutely every front. And I just feel like Disney Animation Studios would put out these lackluster movies, and Disney Pixar would put out these amazing movies. And I feel like they've done sort of like a swap now, whereas like Disney Animation Studios is putting out these fucking bangers. And then the last few years, Disney Pixar has been putting out like these subpar sort of mediocre films. And I feel like that started the year with, I think it was Big Hero 6 and, what was the other one?
I don't even remember.
Big Hero 6 and Brave. That's what it was. It was Brave. Oh, okay. And like I think the year after that was like Frozen and
Monsters University.
Yeah, Monsters University. Yeah, Frozen and Monsters University.
I think Pixar is like leaning too hard on the sequel stuff, which we'll talk about next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like, what are we getting this year? Toy Story 4 or is it Incredibles 2? They're not working. It doesn't matter. Yeah, they're not working on an original film in a while, which is crazy because all of their best stuff from recent years is like been original. Oh, you know what? We're getting Cars 3 this year, so fuck you, Disney Pixar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Can't believe you're making me watch another one of those.
Then the next two are Toy Story 4 and Incredibles 2, so it's just more sequels. Why are they leaning on that so hard?
Yeah, they're leaning really hard on it, and I feel like it's not working for them. And
well, I do understand why they're making Cars 3. That like Disney made them make it because they have Cars Land now at Disneyland. So,
well, the Cars, much like Toy Story, Cars is really marketable to kids.
Yeah.
Like it's so easy to just sell little toy cars to kids. Like Toy Story, it's the same shit. It's like, oh, you sell Woody as a doll, you can fucking mark him up like 900%. There's like a 900% fucking markup rate on those toys.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's toys, dude. It's fucking in the name.
Yeah. Yeah, it's toys. It's why they bought Star Wars in the goddamn first place, right?
But that is the weird thing though, that Pixar has turned into the marketing machine, whereas Disney Animation is just making like actual movies now, which is weird.
Yeah, and like I said, they like swapped places. It's crazy.
Let's talk about Finding Dory now, because
that's sort of what I'm leaning into. Is that Finding Dory is a sequel to Finding Nemo? Finding Nemo is a great fucking movie.
It's pretty good. It's not one of my favorites, but I do understand.
I really like Finding Nemo. I like it a lot. What I do not like is Finding Dory.
Finding Dory fucking blows, dude.
It's okay. Like, I don't think it blows, but it's only okay. The problem is that because it's a sequel to Finding Nemo, I'm constantly in my mind going to be comparing it to said film.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this movie is marketed towards kids, and that movie came out a decade ago. So these kids, more than a decade ago, like 12 years ago. So these kids, they maybe never saw Finding Nemo, or maybe they only saw it on DVD or whatever. But I remember seeing this shit when it first came out, and it blew my mind. Whereas, and the reason it blew my mind is because there was a journey there. And that's what I think really made that movie. And it was really built on the foundation of a journey. Whereas this movie has no journey. They're like, oh, we got to go to fucking California or whatever.
It's the pitfalls of, like, I feel like Disney did this a lot this year, but it's just like to go to A to B, A to B, A to B.
Yeah, absolutely.
Set pieces. And like, to me, that doesn't make a very good movie. And especially in one where the main character keeps forgetting where the fuck they're going. To me, don't make that the main character, because guess what, Chadley? Gotta restate the plot every 3 minutes, Chadley. I fucking can't stand that shit, dude.
Well, like, I think the problem is that instead of writing something completely original, what they did is they took a look at the first Finding Nemo, and they're like, all right, so what did people like in that movie? Oh, they like Dory. They really like Dory. That's cool.
I like Dory too when it's a fucking supporting character.
Yeah, it's a supporting character. They're like, all right, let's take all the jokes that Dory made in the first movie, and instead of writing new jokes, how about this? We just repeat all those jokes again, but like a lot.
But she's got memory loss.
Yeah, she's got memory loss.
Dude, when I watch fucking a mid-tier fucking Pixar movie, you know what I get, Chadley? Short-term memory loss. I don't remember anything about this fucking movie except for Idris Elba as a fucking sea lion.
Well, that's the best scene. But like, the problem is like, they're going from Australia. Like, in the first movie, they go from one part of Australia to another part of Australia. Whole movie. That's the whole movie. In this one, they go from Australia to fucking California, and it takes like 3 minutes to get there.
It's far, dude. It's far.
And it's like, hey, I could have used a bit more than that, you know? Like, I thought this was going to be, but instead they get to California, and the whole movie takes place in California.
The movie should have been the journey there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's totally what I think. That's completely my point, is it should have been the journey to California. Instead, it's them just hanging out in California, being like, fine. So the whole movie is like Dory's looking for her parents, and then she just goes to California and finds them, and then like the movie's over. And like,
it's like, it doesn't even really seem that hard at most points.
Yeah, no, they don't really struggle a lot. And like,
look, there's a part where there's like what was driving the car there? I forget. But they're driving a car.
Octopus. Yeah, there's a part where they're driving the car.
Octopus is driving a car, and he's like not having that much trouble.
Yeah, I know. And like, it seems like it should be preposterously fun that the octopus is driving the car, but the events leading up to the octopus driving the car are not interesting. So at this point, you don't fucking care. Ed O'Neill is playing the octopus as well, and like, man, that guy he does not fucking care at all. Like, he does not care at all. He just showed up, he got his money, he got the fuck out of there. He's like,
he puts in every time I've ever seen that guy, he's putting in maybe a 30% effort, and like, that's generous.
You ever watch Modern Family? He's not very good.
I've seen a few episodes, and I agree.
That being said, you know who is good on Modern Family? Ty Burrell, who's also in this movie, and he's hilarious in this movie.
I like Ty Burrell.
I like Ty Burrell a lot. Ty Burrell. I think he's funny. I think he's got like, the thing is like, people are always like, man, that guy's not very versatile, which in some cases is true, But if you've ever seen, do you watch Key and Peele?
Yeah, dude, I love Key and Peele.
There's like an episode where Ty Burrell plays a Nazi, and it's like man, that's a perfect. As a yeah.
Well, the character that Ty Burrell plays, I thought was like fucking Jim Gaffigan for like the entire time.
Yeah, it's a Jim Gaffigan.
Sounds like him.
Which on that token, I saw Jim Gaffigan. We saw Jim Gaffigan at Disneyland. You remember that? We saw Jim Gaffigan.
Yeah, it was him too.
Yeah, it was absolutely fucking him. But, what was I saying? Yeah, another person who is in this movie that I think like is another person that I really like, and I would like her to have more mainstream attention is Caitlin Olsen. And she plays like the beluga friend, and she's awesome. Like I love Caitlin Olsen.
Yeah,
I heard that
Sunny is the best show ever made.
Oh,
it's
dude,
so
are you caught up? Because the new season, Fight Milk is back. The new season opener for Always Sunny in Philadelphia is like the best episode of that show that exists.
Oh, the gang turns black.
Yeah, where they turn black and it becomes a musical. What are the rules, dude? It's so good.
Always Sunny is great because they don't give a fuck. Like they want to stop making the show, so now they just make the most preposterous shit they can. Dude, that the second episode, the one where they go to the water park, that's like one of the best episodes ever.
Yo, it's not about anything.
No, it's not.
It doesn't really even end that episode, but it's still so like when they're like, I love the part when they're passing each other, and Dennis is like, "Oh, what are you guys doing? Like an AIDS thing?" And they're like, "Yeah, what are you doing? Fake daughter thing?" Yeah, and like that's it. That's the whole scene.
Dude, it's turned into one of those shows where like if they die every episode, it doesn't matter. Yeah. it's turned into that because after they went to hell, it's like all bets are off.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great show. If you Always Sunny in Philadelphia, what is it? Season 12 now? Season 12?
Yeah, I think so.
New season is incredible. If y'all haven't seen it, you got to check it out. It's fucking incredible. But what were we saying? What were we saying about
Dory?
Yeah, we got so bored talking about this fucking boring ass movie that we just went on.
It's boring. It's not interesting, really. I mean,
yeah, and that's the problem. Is it like it's Dory like jumping around this water park, but she's not doing anything. She's just jumping around the water park. It's still snowing outside? That's crazy.
Yes, crazy. I just got distracted. Mid-sentence about this movie because it's so fucking boring. I actually did that bit on purpose, but that's what I'm trying to describe.
It's Dory jumping around, meeting animals and being like, "Hey, where do I go?" And they're like, "I'll point you in the right direction." And then they do, and she goes along her merry way, and that's the whole movie.
Well, there's no like the conflict is so low stakes, right? It's just like,
and there's no rising action.
And like she just is going place to place, which is like great. Like that's not how you plot a movie. You can't just plot a movie going place to place.
And like I absolutely hate that a sequel to Finding Dory has goddamn Albert Brooks in it as a placeholder. He's just kind of there to be there because it's like he's in the first movie, so gotta have him in number 2. And it's like, okay, sure, I would have probably killed myself if Albert Brooks wasn't in this movie, but like, you got to give me a reason to why he's here. He's just kind of here.
Well, he poses no like benefit or anything to the movie.
Yeah, he doesn't help in any way.
The only reason those fish are in there is so that she has like a family like unit to yearn.
Yeah.
You ever just yearn, Chadley?
Oh, I yearn, dude. I yearn more than you could ever know.
I yearn for a good Pixar movie. Unfortunately, this wasn't one of them.
No, absolutely not.
It's certainly watchable, but it's not good.
What did Pixar do last year? Oh, Pixar did Inside Out last year, which was pretty good. But they also did Good Dinosaur, and I will not forgive them for that.
Oh, Good Dinosaur is one of the worst movies ever made.
It's not good.
Hey, Chadley, it's one of the worst movies ever made.
It's quite bad. But yeah, I don't know. I want... Like, Inside Out was good because it was an original IP. And look at the movies that came before that. Cars 2, fucking Monsters, Inc. The sequels aren't working, guys. It worked with Toy Story 3. It's because you had people that weren't fucking chimpanzees right in that one.
When you got the chimps in the writer's room there, that's what the issue is, right?
Although Idris Elba making fun of a retarded seal. How good is that bit?
Dude, fucking Idris Elba killing it once again. Only dude working out there.
Yeah, dude was in like 8 movies this year. It's crazy.
Dude's working hard.
Yeah, and he wasn't nominated for an Oscar again. Fuck y'all.
James Bond though.
Dude, yeah,
fucking Idris Elba's James Bond.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen. Like I honestly believe that's gonna happen. And people are like,
If it is, that's the greatest news of all time because he then becomes the best actor to ever play fucking James
Sony is
Bond.
like they're trying to extend Daniel Craig's fucking contract for him to do 6 James Bond movies, and it's like, but we got Idris Elba over here just yearning to play the character.
Dude, he
and
yearns.
like
He sits and yearns.
he's yearning to play the character, and fucking
Hey, Sony, you're
Daniel
out here. Hey, Sony, you're out here trying to extend Daniel Craig's contract to make another shitty movie with fucking our boy Christoph, and you know you're gonna probably ruin that one too. But here's the thing: we don't care. We want Idris Elba's.
Yeah, I want. Here's the thing: there's no bad James Bond movies. Like honestly, other than Die Another Day. That's the thing that like I did notice about Spectre is like I didn't touch on this when we actually talked about Spectre. I'm fucking going a year back now, but
okay.
The thing about Spectre, it's a great, amazing movie. But you can
I still love it.
Yeah, I love it, and I will watch it any day of the week. But you can sort of tell that like Daniel Craig's kind of getting sick of it. You can sort of like his heart's not as in 60%,
this one. 60%. He's probably 60%.
Yeah, he's going to full 6. He doesn't give a shit. Either way, this is an animated episode. Let's talk again about how the Disney Animation Studio absolutely murdered it. When I heard the Disney Animation Studios was making 2 movies this year, I was like, risky, because one of them's got to be bad. Turns out, done gotta be. Both gotta be. Yeah, both gonna be bangers. This one's closer to like that classic Disney formula. This one's Moana.
Yeah. Here's the thing: if you want to make a good movie, just go ahead and hire The Rock.
Hire The Rock. How fucking good is The Rock? Like The Rock is actually incredible.
He's actually unbelievable, Chadley. That he has gone he's soared to such great heights.
Yeah, I do. I love The Rock
because like me and Chadley have always we've always been fans of The Rock pretty much, and we've always touted him as the greatest living American.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody's always like, you're wrong. And the more The Rock does, the more right we become.
People are coming around on The Rock because here's the thing: coming around I do agree he had a bit of a shaky start at the beginning of his career.
Rundown.
I think those are still very watchable because The Rock is a kinetic energy, and then you get to the point where he is now, and like you're like, oh shit, let's make a movie where The Rock sings. I bet he can't do that, right? Wrong. He fucking can.
He can, and it's good. Now, here's the thing: I will granted. The song that The Rock sings in Moana is not a demanding song.
Sure.
But it's still pleasant. Like, it's pleasant to hear. Yeah. I have heard that song so many fucking times since I saw that movie because I can't stop listening to it because I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't stop listening to it. I think I may have it memorized. I don't know.
Let's hear a bit of it then, right?
What? No. Wait, you want me to sing the song?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I might have been exaggerating when I said I had it memorized, but let's see. I can see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how to feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that humans never change. Open your eyes. Let's begin. Yes, it's really me. It's Maui. Breathe it in. Shit, what comes next? It's like, I know it's a lot. The hair, the bod. When you're staring at a demigod. So what can I say except you're welcome for the shore, the ground, and the sky. Oh, yeah, hey, it's okay, you're welcome. I'm just your ordinary demiguy who has two thumbs and holds up the sky. When you were waddling yay high, this guy, when the nights got cold, who stole you fire from down below? You're looking at him, yo. Oh, and alas, so the sun, you're welcome to stretch your days and bring you fun. Also, I harness the breeze. You're welcome to fill your sails and shake your trees. So what can I say except you're welcome for the islands I pulled from the sea. No need to pray, it's okay, you're welcome. Ha! I guess that's just my way of being me. You're welcome. You're welcome. And here's my favorite part when he goes, kid, honestly, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was memory. Maui just messing around. I killed an eel. I buried its guts. Planted a tree. Then you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on the breakaway. And the tapestry here in my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been. I make everything happen. Look at the meme. Look at the mean mini Maui tapping and tapping and tapping. Hey. Well, anyway, let me say you're welcome, because I'm going to need that boat. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome, because Maui can do anything but float. You're welcome, and thank you. Wow. Whew.
Off the top of the dome, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even, we didn't have that planned or anything. Okay, I believe you. You know the whole thing. That's fine. Okay.
I think I might have missed a couple of bits, but whew.
Pretty close. Fucking Lin Miranda Manuel. He knows how to make songs for white people for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, Lin Manuel. It's good, dude. I remember watching this and being like, this almost feels like a Menken score because the music is so good. This is a full-on musical. And this is one I truly believe they could turn into a legitimate Broadway show. Unlike Frozen, fuck that shit. But remember when they did that with Beauty and the Beast and everyone was like, all right, give that every Tony. They could do that again with Moana, I think. And it's been a while since. Yeah.
That's the thing where it's like, if you can convince old white people that that Hamilton is hip hop, and I think you can pretty much do anything, right? Like,
hell yeah. Hamilton is preposterous, by the way.
It's not hip hop for sure, but you know, I get what they're trying to do, and I'm glad that he's made a lot of money off of it. And he's a bad person, but that's fine.
he's an absolute trickster and a total asshole.
Yeah, he's like legitimately a bad person. Like no one would ever want to hang out with him. But
yeah,
I get it, dude.
Yeah, I got you.
He's one of those geniuses that's an asshole. So
yeah, fuck that guy forever, dude. Fuck that guy forever. But
the songs are so fucking good, and that's just a taste. And it's like it's even better when The Rock's singing it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I butchered it. I'm not even The Rock, dude. I'm not The Rock.
You're not The Rock.
I wish I was The Rock, dude. Hold up, wait.
Could I
be The Rock? You think I could ever be The Rock? I don't think so. I'm not 44 enough.
I'm gonna go with no.
Every year,
no, you cannot.
I always know how old The Rock is because every year I wish him a happy birthday.
When's his birthday?
Oh shit, I don't know. I don't remember when his actual birthday is, but I know that like I always happen to notice his birthday on his birthday, and I'm like, oh shit, better tweet him real quick.
Yeah, guys.
Hold on. What a
tweet? He preaches it. He preaches when you send him out a tweet. He preaches it.
I know that I used to know it.
So what is Moana about exactly, Chadley? Because it's a little more Disney style, right?
Yeah, it's a bit more classic Disney. There's no romantic lead, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, it doesn't really need it.
It is honestly set pieces. This one is clearly set pieces.
It's to fill a mythology more so than to be like a plot driven film. It's like Lord of the Rings. It's like mythology driven.
So like what this movie is about is that this girl Moana has been tasked by the ocean, which by the way I got some questions about that because I'm not sure.
I also have some questions.
Yeah, I have some questions. So like
look, if they would have explained this a little more, probably would have gave it 5 stars. But you're stuck to 4 because you got ocean physics that I just don't understand.
Yeah. So the ocean, like it'll blob up and help her from time to time, and like when Maui throws her off the boat, the ocean picks her up and tosses her back onto the boat and shit like that. But
I like when he tries to kill the girl,
though. Yeah, dude, he tries to kill the girl quite a few times. Like it's a lot. But the movie is about this girl. She's been tasked by the ocean to return the heart of an island to its resting place, as it was taken by the demigod who created basically all of Hawaii, apparently, named Maui. Of course, Moana. Well, I don't remember the name of that girl. She was like on America's Got Talent, but she's like, or something like that, like American Idol or America's Got Talent. But she's like 13 years old, and she plays Moana, and like, she's fucking good.
Yeah, she's really fucking good. I watched. It was like on one of those pre-screening shows before a movie, and they were talking to her, and like. She's like really young, and like like they interviewed her and everything, and then they like fucking tricked her on the phone. Like they're like, yeah, we're gonna need you to come in to try another focal thing, and then they come in and they like tell her that she got the role, and it's like, hey man, she's a kid, like you're fucking gonna kill her if you do that shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of stress to put on a little kid, you know. It's like, hey, we just want to let you know that in your audition you kind of fucked something up, and it's like, oh god damn it, this is what we're doing. I also like I actually watched a lot of behind the scenes stuff from this, because like the reason I watched behind the scenes stuff is because I wanted to see if The Rock had a fucking I wanted to see if The Rock had a fucking voice double, like for singing. Didn't. Dude didn't. He didn't have a voice double. That was him singing, super legit. Someone was
What's
like,
crazy is like he's legitimately doing a character. Like he's voice acting a character. Like that's something that voice actors have spent years perfecting, and bro, The Rock does it on his first try. It's like what?
It's insane.
Voice acting in this movie. He's not just like you know. We'll talk about this when we get to Kubo, where Matthew McConaughey is literally just talking into a microphone. This guy, The Rock is voice acting, which is insane to me.
Yeah, absolutely he is. And the crazy thing is like, this is going to be weird to say, especially about like a classic Disney film. But if it didn't have The Rock, I don't think it would have the same charm. Like, and
I agree.
That's absolutely bonkers to say, but The Rock is clearly the most likable character in this movie. So she goes and she finds this demigod,
and he's not a good person, which is crazy.
Yeah, which I love. It's a lot of fun just to see him be like a shitty schwarmy, because like you see the trailers and stuff. It's like, oh, it's a fun little adventure, you know, with a demigod and a girl, and it's like, oh yeah, but it's a little bit more complex than that, you know. This movie, however, is not complex, like almost in any way.
No, it honestly might even be a little offensive to the Polynesian people. I don't know too much about.
Yeah. It's a very simple Disney movie, but this is a perfect, like honestly, this is a near perfect kids movie. Like this is a near perfect kids movie. If you were going to take your kids to this is the best animated movie we saw this year. And like, I remember seeing, after watching Zootopia, my girlfriend, she actually saw Moana before me, and she was like, I'm telling you, you're going to like this better than Zootopia. And I'm like, probably not. You know, that's tough. That's tough to touch. And then I saw it and I was like, shit. Now I got to tell my girlfriend she was right about something. She loves that. She relishes in that shit.
Yeah, she's going to hold that over your head for 9 years.
Oh, yeah, forever, dude. Forever. She still does to this day. She's been messing around with. I actually saw this movie in theaters. Because everyone was like, you got to see this movie. You got to see this movie. I actually went and saw it in theaters, and I was very pleased. I was very pleasantly surprised by Moana.
You know what I like about this movie is like, you're like, they're going from set piece to set piece, and they got all these songs, and then all of a sudden they drop fucking Jermaine Clement on you.
Oh, dude, Shiny, dude, that's such a good song too.
Fucking good. All the songs are good, but then like you just drop some like shit out of left field there, and you're like, oh fuck. I didn't expect this bitch to be in here, and he's playing a fucking evil neon fucking crab or some shit.
Yeah, with gold on his back. I like that the whole point of Jermaine Clement's character is just he's just trying to impress people, even though there's no people where he lives.
No people though.
Yeah, it's really funny. Like, and there's a lot of humor like that in this movie. Most of the humor comes from straight up from The Rock. Yeah, dude, I adore this movie. This one's crazy. It's also like one of the best looking Disney movies I've seen in a really long time.
Yeah, it's
like,
really nice.
Really good use of like colors, really good use of colors, specifically blue, like, obviously, because it's all in the ocean.
The ocean is like a good, like that's why Finding Nemo exists, because that's a good set piece. But this one I feel like there's just like so many good set pieces, because tropical islands look cool as fuck, right? So it's like, let's just add on to that and make some fucking giant gods fighting around it. It's dope.
And like the antagonist of the movie is like this giant lava monster.
Mm-hmm.
And like you think that it's just gonna be a giant lava monster, but they actually humanize the giant lava monster and like in a really great way. Like the screenplay is really smart. It knew how to keep it simple. And there's this very little characters in this movie, but each one of them is more complex than you could possibly imagine in a kid's movie like this.
Why'd they go with the retarded chicken though?
Yeah, Alan Tudyk played the chicken too, which is confusing to me.
It's like fucking BB-8 shit. Like, why we got somebody playing them?
Yeah, wait, why we got, yeah, especially like it's a fucking famous person. It's like, why we got Alan Tudyk in here?
The two.
The dude. But now let's hit the movie's number one problem. It's that ocean thing, man. Let's ask questions, because like the ocean will help Moana from time to time, but then sometimes just kind of not, you know?
But like, why does she have ocean powers?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, I don't think she has ocean powers. I think the ocean is helping her.
Okay.
The ocean helps
that's
her.
another question I have, though.
But like,
sometimes it seems like she's got ocean powers.
Yeah, but like, there's some points. Like, there's one point when she's like in complete despair, and after Maui leaves, you know, after trying to fight the monster or whatever, the lava monster, for the first time, and Maui sort of fucks off, and she is like, "Ocean, help me, help me, help me," and then just like nothing happens, and it's like, okay, but like, why? Because like, either she has ocean powers and sometimes they don't work, or the ocean just sometimes doesn't give a shit. And I refuse to accept either of those, honestly.
The ocean's got shit to do, you know?
I mean, I guess, but like, the ocean's pretty big, you know? Like, it's always present in this movie. So like, the fact that it wasn't helping her at times that were like most impervious doesn't actually fully make sense.
That's like J.K. Rowling introducing fucking time travel into the Harry Potter universe, you know? Why is it?
It's a universe that hinges on one unchangeable event.
It hinges on one unchangeable event. Dude, I was thinking about this the other day. I almost fucking flipped a table over. I was like,
here's what I was thinking about the other day.
Look, because people, let me talk about Harry Potter for a minute. Because people tout that series as something that she fucking had planned out from the very beginning. I think that tells you right there that she did not.
He clearly did not. Absolutely. No, because like in the first 4 movies, we don't even know names of spells, or the first 4 books. And then it's in the 4th book when they're like, oh, by the way, here's the names of the spells. It's like, oh, we're just throwing this in, huh? I thought they were just kind of like, you wave your hand around and shit.
Well, no, she's the greatest writer of all time, Chadley. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure she wrote some very... Hey, you ever try and read one of her books that wasn't Harry Potter? Fucking unreadable. So,
what was that one where she used the cunt word a lot? Like, she made a book where she used the word cunt.
Yeah, I forget what that was called. It was like the vacancy or something like that.
Yeah,
no
vacancy, maybe. I don't know.
Something like that.
Something really stupid. Yeah, it was a real dumb book. But here's a weird thing that I was thinking about the other day. You ever seen Beauty and the Beast?
Sure.
Okay, so I realized the other day that Belle, like the main character of Beauty and the Beast, her priorities are fucked, dude. They are fucked. And here's why. Is that at the beginning of the movie, she goes to find her father and she finds him in the castle, and the Beast is like keeping him in the jail cell. And at this point, she is like, take me instead of him, and I will live in the castle, in the cellar, as a prisoner to a giant beast monster for the rest of my life.
Yeah, just for his fuck you.
Yeah, just for this guy's freedom, which is an absolute preposterous thing to do. You probably shouldn't do that. So she trades her own freedom for her father's freedom. Mm-hmm. Then, and once again, I will remind you that her half of that deal is that she has to live in a cellar guarded by a vicious monster man for the rest of her life. And
probably fucks her.
And she was like, yeah, he probably will fuck her. And she was like, yes, by
a gnarled beast dog dick.
Yeah, I will absolutely make that trade for my father's freedom.
It's gnarled.
Well, later in the film, the fucking Monsieur Dark or whatever is taking away her father to put him in a jail cell too. And then Gaston is like, hey, I can clear this up for you under the condition that you marry me. And she's like, nah. And it's like, wait, hold up. So you would trade your life and live in a cellar for the rest of your life guarded by a vicious beast monster man for your father's freedom, but you will not marry and live comfortably with a rich guy with a big dick that you maybe kind of don't like for your father's freedom. That's what you're telling me? That's honestly what you're telling me?
Maybe you want to see that beast dog's dick. Like, what?
It's insane.
What's that beast dog working with?
I don't know. He must have big dick though, right?
Is he supposed to be like some sort of beast dog? I don't really.
On
He looks
that
kind of like a dog, right?
On that
Like a
same
werewolf or
token,
something.
yeah, I think he's a beast. Yeah, I think he's just a beast man, big beast man. On that same token, though,
He's a dog.
we got the final trailer for the remake of Beauty and the Beast starring Emma Watson, and like if there's ever a movie I did not give a shit about, it is this one. And here's why: because from what I see from the trailer has two issues. Number one, it's going to be almost exactly the same. I don't even got to see the new one. It's going to be the same fucking movie, like down to the choreography. Like shit's going to be the same. But number two, obviously they're going to change it up a little bit, like a tiny bit. But from what I saw in the trailer, the only thing that I saw where they're like, all right, we're changing it up, is Lumiere telling Belle about the curse. And like, hey, if she knows about the curse, then that means she knows that he's not actually a beast man. So doesn't that kind of defeat the whole purpose of Beauty on the inside? Absolutely. Like that defeats the whole purpose. So like, I don't care. I don't care anymore.
Hey, Disney, we don't care.
Yeah, if she falls in love with him under the notion that she's gonna get a prince's dick in the end of the movie,
then she's no better than Gaston.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say Gaston is the hero in that case.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And like she's like, my problem.
Wait. As soon as she knows that he's a fucking prince in a beast man's body, she becomes the protagonist, Chadley.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing
the antagonist.
Yeah. But like the thing is like, sure, her whole beginning of the movie is like how she wants to go on adventures and shit and like do all this crazy stuff. And in the end of the movie, she marries a guy. She like, did she just need to meet a guy who was rich enough that she would be willing to abandon the adventure thing? So like, is that what the whole thing was? Like, was Gaston not loaded enough for you? Like,
okay, look, I would say Gaston probably goes on more adventures than fucking the prince that never leaves his house does, right?
Yeah, in fact, I think it's sort of a plot point that the prince never leaves. Isn't that part of it?
I think, to me, Gaston is a guy that has a boys' club and goes on only adventures. Like that seems like it might be his job.
Yeah, he's got an entire wall of animals that proves that he does in fact do several adventures.
Because this is like some shit that could be set in any time, but looks like the 1800s or so.
Yeah.
Or late 19th century, maybe. Either way, adventure means you go fucking around England or whatever the fuck. Like it's not like you're going to, it's not like now where you can fly to Tahiti and shit. No, these fucking bitches, like, hey, she wanted to go on adventures. Okay, go on a hunting trip with Gaston. About as far as you're gonna go ever.
Yeah, it's like,
you want to go to France, maybe? Does it take place in France?
Yeah,
I can't remember where it takes place.
Yeah, it takes place in France. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go to England? Okay, we can probably hook that up.
Yeah, we can make that work. And you know who could probably make that work? Gaston. He doesn't seem like an unaccommodating dude, honestly.
I mean, he seems like a bit of an asshole, but like he doesn't seem like a bad. Doesn't seem like he seems like a dumb dude, but he doesn't seem like a bad person.
I don't think he deserves death by hurling from tower like that. Like I don't know. It seems extreme.
Look, he wanted to kill the beast to save the lady. Like, in my opinion, he's the fucking hero here.
Also, like, I don't blame him. Like, you see a monster like that, you're like, oh shit, that is extremely dangerous. I better destroy that right away. That's
what I've never understood about like the lynch mobs and like in those movies like Frankenstein and stuff. He might kill. What if he kills? Like Frankenstein might be a bad example because he doesn't actually kill anybody, but the beast is killing things. He's ripping them apart.
Yeah, absolutely. And he kills Gaston, and literally nobody cares. Like
he kills Gaston.
He kills Gaston, and then they live happily ever after. And it's like, whoa, no trial, no nothing.
We're not gonna fucking take this to court at all. You fucking killed a man in cold blood.
Dude, I can't wait to scream about this more when we actually talk about this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Either way, Moana has great music in it. So Buck LeDuc and I have put together our top 5 favorite Disney songs. This one was tough. I forgot how many good ones there are. I'm going to start this week. My number 5 is one from a movie that I think is looked past too often because it's not really a kids movie. It's more for adults because it's dark. And that is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is a dark one. This song is called Hellfire, and It is all about how this priest wants to fuck a gypsy, but like you can't fuck a gypsy if you're a priest type thing. It's awesome.
It's pretty good. I've only seen that movie once.
It
sounds
good.
like it's pretty good.
Oh, dude, it's way adult. It is not for kids. He literally, like, at one point is like, yeah, I want to fuck this girl. Like, it's crazy.
My number 5, speaking of Beauty and the Beast, I like when that fucking candelabra starts singing. This is Be Our Guest.
Ooh, the candelabra, as portrayed by the guy from Law and Order. I think that sounds. I think that's actually right. Now, you know what? That just rolled off my dome. But you know what? I think that might actually be correct. Let me see. Beauty and the Beast. I gotta look it up now. Who fucking plays this fucking? Jerry Orbach. Yep, totally was the guy from Law and Order. I was absolutely correct on that.
Right, accurate.
Yeah, he's super dead now, but
rest in peace.
Fucking super dead. My number 4 is the one that you heard me belting out a few minutes ago. This is You're Welcome from Moana. I really like this song.
Sure.
This one's super fun. Could have something to do with the fact that The Rock is the greatest living human being.
He's the greatest living American. I like that he does like the Conor McGregor, like, I want to apologize to absolutely fucking no one.
Yeah. The crazy thing is like everybody has always been like very they look down their nose at The Rock, and it's like, okay, but at this point The Rock has proven that he's a good actor, and then it's like, oh, he sings in the new movie. That's gonna be terrible. And it's like, actually it's great. It's the greatest thing ever. I bet you The Rock is a better singer than everybody in La La Land.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get to La La Land, but that is the case.
You can confirm.
My number 4, Toy Story's You Got a Friend in Me.
Ooh, I love this song. This one would have been like right up there for me. I feel like I could have done like a top 20. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fucking Disney songs. Fucking Randall Newman though, belting it out.
Randy Newman, what I like about Randy Newman is he's like, isn't he like unabashedly racist too, or something like that, or like unabashedly sexist, or I don't remember what the deal is with Randy. It's something weird.
I don't really know, but yeah. I do like that. I feel like that he's just fucking like he leans into his preposterousness with like like he leans into it. Like, just because at this point it's a bit and he's leaning into it too.
Yeah, he's like he did a song he won an Oscar for Toy Story 3, and it's like, hey, dude's just singing funny. Like he's just doing a goofy voice and singing. It's like this guy's no better than fucking what's the name of the guy with the puppets? What's that stupid guy's name?
I don't
know. Shit. You know the guy. He's got the stupid puppets that he does comedy or whatever that stupid.
Yeah, Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, Jeff Dunham. Like he's no better than Jeff Dunham. He just doesn't have any puppets. He just lets that voice like roll out of his body.
Yeah, he just like it's a bit that he's leaning into, and I do kind of appreciate that. So.
It's almost like he doesn't actually try to speak at all. He just opens his mouth and it just like comes out like that. Yeah. He puts no work into his diction.
Hey, just sing that line. You got a friend in me, but like try to do it 100% serious. Like don't bet it up. Try to do it 100% serious.
It's hard. It's hard because I'm trying to do a bit now, like right, like because now my brain wants to do a bit. But hold on, you got a friend. Oh, see, like it. I can't even do it because
you're leaning into it. You're leaning into it a bit.
Too into it because like as soon as you say friend, like you get like you can't pronounce the R. Like it's gotta be like friend, like friend. You've got a friend in me. It's really hard. Like here, hold on. You give it a shot. You give it a shot.
Hold on. Yeah. You got it. Nope. I already started with doing a bit.
Yeah, you're all like you got a friend. Like it's hard not to just lean into the bit.
Yeah. Anyway, what's your next one there, Chadley?
If you know anything about me, you would know that I actually know very little about music, and because I like shitty music so much,
you also know very little about film, but that's never stopped you.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. I know dick all about film, but please, thank you for not calling me out. Although, do people call me out? I never read the comments. Do people call me out?
No, not really. But I mean, it's implied that I'm the one who brings the actual technical knowledge, whereas you just start yelling about shit.
Yeah, I just start yelling about like whether or not The Rock is singing or not. But What was I gonna say? Right. I know very little about music, and so in that, I actually like a lot of shitty music. Including
Yeah, you do.
one of my favorite artists of all time, Genesis, which I adore, and and their lead singer Phil Collins, who I also adore. Baby, it's Son of Man from
Sure.
Tarzan, as performed by Phil Collins. Dude, I love Phil Collins. When I was in radio school,
Dude.
I actually did like a fucking variety hour on just Phil Collins. It was amazing.
There's a bit in Sing Street that we'll be watching next week about how shitty Genesis is. So you'll like that, I'm sure.
God damn it, dude! I love Genesis, dude. It's so good. What was I gonna say? What was my next thing? Yeah, no. Son of Man by Phil Collins in Tarzan.
Yeah,
Look,
man, I think I've only seen Tarzan once, so like it's one of those ones that I've kind of like has flown under the radar for me. And when I saw it, that would have been 15 years ago. So
I've seen Tarzan's one of my favorites, honestly. Like I could watch Tarzan pretty much any day of the week. I really like it.
My number 3, I'm gonna go with a little bit of Lion King. I just can't wait to be king.
Oh shit! This is one. Hey, we really want Rowan Atkinson to sing? Is that really what we want?
I don't know, but like I just think like that's such a good like the whole scene.
Yeah, it's a really fun tune, and it's visually fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
Super good use of colors. Yeah.
Probably don't let Rowan Atkinson sing.
yeah, probably. Hey, are we gonna let Mr. Bean sing? Because that's a mistake right there.
I wouldn't, but
Hey, you know who else?
Probably my favorite Disney movie. So.
Hey, remember earlier when we were talking about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and we were talking about the musical episode of season 12? Remember that? Hey, you know who sings in that episode?
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. You know what else Danny DeVito sings in? My number 2 best Disney song of all time, baby. It's One Last Hope from Hercules. So you wanna be a hero, kid? Well, whoop-de-doo. This song is so much fun, and like, oh, I goddamn love it. I love
another one I've seen once 15 years ago.
Really, I actually watched Hercules a couple of nights ago. That's a recent viewing for me. And I love Danny DeVito. Like I honestly love Danny DeVito. Like totally non-ironically.
He's a gem, dude.
I think it's hilarious in Batman Returns when he's eating the fish in front of people. But like aside from that, I do think he's a good actor.
Yeah. Well, like he's been on fucking Always Sunny for fucking 10 years. Like that's so crazy.
He just rolled up to, which is my favorite thing. He just rolled up to Always Sunny and was like, "Hey, I gotta be involved in this." Yeah.
It was like he was a late addition to the cast, but he's become the staple of the show, which is so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just as I think him and Charlie Day are the ones that they're really pimping out because they know that those are the famous ones.
Yeah, my number 2, I'm gonna go with the Bare Necessities.
Ooh, the bare necessities of life.
Bare necessities
Will bring you through, or whatever.
I like Jungle Book a lot. I think Jungle Book's one of the underrated ones because it's so fucking old.
I honestly think I like. There's a few that are like super underrated. Like I think Fox and the Hound's like it's old.
Yeah, Fox and the Hounds is pretty good.
Fox and the Hound is Gray Mouse Detective is fucking awesome. Sword in the Stone. Oh, Sword in the Stone. How good is that one?
Never seen that. I've never seen that movie.
Oh, Sword in the Stone, so good, dude. You got to see. Sword in the Stone is amazing. It's just like Merlin fucking around, turning people into animals. It's insane.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. It's really cool. My number 1, it's clear, right? Like it's clearly "Friend Like Me" is the best Disney song of all time. Like there's no dancing around it. Robin Williams in Aladdin singing "Friend Like Me." It's so much fun. And again, this is a both visually and what's the other word? Audioly, both visually.
Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I'm trying to say. But visually, this is absolutely fantastic. But also the song itself is spectacular.
Yeah, that one's great. Fucking rest in peace, Robin Williams.
Robbie Bobby.
My number 1, Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. Oh, dude, you doubled up on the Lion King.
I did. It's too good though. That's the problem.
Dude, you love Elton.
I really like Elton. Rest in peace when he perishes.
Yeah, later this year probably. Oh shit! Did nobody take Elton?
Nobody took Elton. What the fuck?
Shit! Nobody took Elton. Hakuna. Yeah. I actually was pretty disappointed I didn't get any Lion King on my list because the music is absolutely.
Don't worry,
phenomenal.
I got you, bro.
But, yeah, you got me. Circle of Life is great. Be prepared. Jeremy
Be Prepared's
Irons.
Unreal, dude.
Jeremy Irons.
I could do a top 5 just from Lion King. Everyone's a banger.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. Let's do it. Hakuna Matata,
Can you
number
feel
1.
the love tonight?
You know what? That one was pretty close. That one was pretty close. Hakuna Matata. Hold on, we can do this. Hakuna Matata. Just Can't Wait to Be King.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Obviously, be next. Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And what's the one where you can be a big Circle of Life? I didn't even say Circle of Life.
Didn't even say Circle of Life.
There's a really good one that's only in the extended edition of Lion King called Morning Report, but once again, it's exclusively Rowan Atkinson singing, and that's a mistake.
Yeah. It's tough. Yes. That's tough.
I apologize. Up next, now that we've gone through that, how long have we been going? Like 4 hours? 4 hours on this podcast?
It's been a while, I think. I'll find the number, but yeah.
We just talked about a lot of really good Disney animated films.
We're 68 minutes in.
Oh, great. We've talked about a lot of animated films today with music in them. And next we're going to be talking about another one that has music in it. It's called Trolls. And the only difference between the ones that we were just talking about and this one is fucking bad.
Yeah. This is it's unbelievable to me that they nominated a Justin Timberlake song instead of any song from Sing Street.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't seen Sing Street yet, but I already know this doesn't deserve.
Drive It Like You Stole It is like my favorite song of the year, and didn't get even a nom. Didn't even get a nod.
Fucking, you know what else didn't get any fucking music nods, and it's crazy, is Popstar, and like all the original music in that is great.
Yeah,
but like I don't think you can realistically nominate I Want to Smash That. Fuck you, like the United States, fuck Bin Laden. You can't really nominate that for like a legitimate award. I think they could have done better. I feel like Humble could have been nommed though.
Yeah, Humble might have been able to.
It's better than this one. Like it's better than the Trolls song.
Well, to the Trolls, like it's amazing to me because they take like a lot of good songs and then they just fucking butcher them. Like
yeah, they ruin them.
You dropping gorillas up in this bitch and like you trying to make this like a passable movie.
Yeah, and they changed the lyrics of the Gorillaz one. Like, and I was like, to make it about ogre people, played by Christopher Mintz-Plasse, by the way.
Yeah, don't hire him.
Yeah, don't hire him. So here's the problem: is that like you start watching this movie and you're like, oh, Anna Kendrick's in this movie, and she fucking immediately starts singing, and it's like, we gotta go there right away.
Man, they love making Anna Kendrick sing. I gotta go take a piss. So you just keep talking about this.
Yeah, okay. So like, okay, we've been potting for like 8 hours straight. So Buckley Duke's gotta piss every now and again. But like Anna Kendrick, here's the thing: it's like every movie I've seen her in like the past 7 years, she's gotta sing, even if it's not a musical. This one was a musical, so I mean, it sort of makes sense to have her sing, and she has a pleasant singing voice. I'm sick of hearing it at this point. Like I'm done with it. Like, can we just? Anna Kendrick is a fine actress, I think, but like it's hard to tell because she's always fucking singing. Just let her, like, even in like movies that aren't musicals, she just starts singing, and it's like, could you maybe just not? Remember Black Snake Moan? Justin Timberlake didn't have to sing in that shit. He didn't sing in goddamn Social Network. People who are good at singing can be in movies, and you don't have to shoehorn in a goddamn musical number. But that being said, this is against the point. This isn't just me screaming about stuff. So Anna Kendrick comes in, she's immediately singing, and I'm already like, all right, I'm fucking out. And then Justin Timberlake rolls up, and Justin Timberlake's not singing at all, and it's like, well, I'd much rather listen to him sing than Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking Timberlake. It blows my mind that they wasted Timberlake. Like that seems like a weird thing to say, but like it's Timberlake.
And like the movie is mostly covers, and there is the one original song that's nominated for Best Original Song, and like I don't think it's a bad song. I think it's pretty fun. I got the sunshine in my pocket, but like does Oscar? Like,
yeah, no, it is the best. It's the best song in the movie. But
Academy Award though for that Justin Timberlake. It sounds like a Justin Timberlake pop song.
Yeah,
it's a fucking pop song.
And then when you see Sing Street and all the awesome fucking songs in that movie, all original by the way, you're gonna be like, why the fuck wasn't any of these songs nominated?
And then goddamn La La Land's nominated twice.
Twice. Okay, I'll let you have the Troll song. Does La La Land need to be nominated twice?
And Sing Street nominated 0 times. Once again, I don't even know. I haven't seen Sing Street yet. So
yeah, you will probably enjoy it. I don't know if you'll like it as much as I do, but you will enjoy it, I'm sure.
Well, I used to really like musical movies, but I don't want to see anymore. Like I feel like I've seen like 90 of them, all with Anna Kendrick, and like I just don't want
Yeah,
to.
that is a problem because it's like, especially once you get into La La Land territory, it's not people that are actually good at singing, and like I think I've had enough of that, right?
Well, I think Anna Kendrick is good at singing. I'm sick of hearing it at this point.
Yeah, that's true. You heard the Cup song a little too many times.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the Cup song, dude. Why? Is that what it's called? Is that really what they called that song? The Cup song?
Yeah,
Is that what that
it's Anna
fucking
Kendrick's the Cup song.
Anna Kendrick's the Cup song? The Cup song. That's what they called it.
It's
That's
called
what
Cup
they
Song.
opted to call it. The Cup song. I don't know if I can get past that one. So essentially what Trolls is about, hey, you remember those little weird fucking dolls that had no pants and
Yeah,
like
they
they
had
just
no
like
pants or dicks.
no pants or dicks and just flaunting what they ain't got, like those little dolls that were like, hey, let's take that and make a movie. And I feel like somebody out there should have been like,
You know where they messed up first?
what's that?
Put clothes on them.
Yeah, put clothes on them.
They
They don't got dicks. You don't got to put clothes on them.
They don't got dicks. Just change the colors of their hair, and I'm like, that's how you could tell them apart. Why are we putting clothes on them? What does that do for us?
And like the idea is that the
What
fun.
does this even have to do with Trolls? I don't even understand.
No, yeah, like was there previously a Trolls lore, or did like Mattel just start making that shit?
I
Like,
think there was a Trolls lore, but I don't know if this it's like the Smurfs. It was like their answer to the Smurfs, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, this reminds me of the Smurfs. It's like this is just like there's lore, but like I don't care, and they fucked up the Smurfs lore, by the way. I
don't care about that either, really, but
me neither.
Fucking
they fucked it. First thing they did is
shit.
they threw Neil Patrick Harris in there, and it's like, you gotta stop that.
Tough.
You gotta cut that out right now.
Yeah.
But so the Smurfs,
Mm-hmm.
not
really
Smurfs.
talking about that though.
Yeah, I'm talking about Trolls. That's what I'm talking about. So the plot of this movie is that turns out that trolls are the only thing that tastes good to a certain creature of ogre or whatever. And
I forget what they were called, but it was something stupid.
Yeah, it was like the Grogonites, but that's actually from Small Soldiers, and that's a good movie. So I don't want to cross contaminate here, but so essentially you got like these gray trolls who take absolutely no joy in life other than to eat trolls. And it's like, okay, why would you throw me in a universe like this like brutal universe like this, where like these characters who, I mean, you have to humanize them in some way, even if they are antagonists, you got to humanize them. They literally cannot take joy in anything but eating trolls. Why would you throw me into a universe like this? This is grim. Yeah. This is fucked up. And like, yeah.
Breaking news: Dave Mirra just died. No one had
Dave
him
Mirra?
on the, yeah.
Like the BMX guy?
Yeah.
Oh, well, rest in peace. I remember you playing Dave Mirra freestyle XX BMX or whatever on the old GameCube. I remember that.
Yeah, I don't like to date these episodes, but when shit goes down in the death pool, we gotta keep people updated.
Ain't nobody. Here's the thing: is that the death pool has been weak this year. We had so many people in with 30 picks. It's like you think people would start dying, but they're fucking hanging in there this year.
Hanging in there. 2017, not as vicious, but we'll see. Yeah.
But so yeah, the Trolls movie, they put you in this really grim, dark world, and it's
it barely even becomes about that, right? Like it's like it turns into like a fucking heavy-handed message about being yourself.
Yeah, and I hated it. I hate it. And like the trolls, the point of the movie is that the trolls are nice to the ogres, and it's like that's not gonna stop the ogres.
The theme of the movie is like you can choose to be happy, but like that's not actually the case. Like the depression is striking more people than ever now, and you're making a movie where you choose to be happy. I'm gonna take some issues in that.
Yeah, I mean, I have several questions about that, but like, it's just like they throw us into this bizarre, grim universe where these trolls get kidnapped, and it's like what is it? They had trollstis or like something like that, which by the way is
right.
They call it trollstis, and by the way, that is offensive. That is an offensive thing to say. You shouldn't be able to say trollstis.
Okay.
So the idea of trolls,
the PC police, Chadley.
Yeah, the trolls they roll around, or the ogres roll around and they eat a bunch of trolls, and that's like trollstis. And they do this once a year, and every other day of the year they are tasked to being fucking miserable cunts. Like, and it's just it's tough to watch because like
it's barely it's barely even a movie, really. I think
go down this route that you were talking about earlier, where it's like you can just choose to be happy, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Why did it take them so fucking long to figure that out? Like, why did they, like, they're just miserable cunts, and then they're like, oh, we don't gotta be miserable cunts, and that's the...
But it's also not correct. Like, I mean...
No, it's not. It's a fucking, it's mocking mental illness, which is messed up.
That's fucking weird, dude.
The worst part about this is that people like this movie.
Who likes this movie? What the fuck are you talking about? This movie did well?
I think it did. Didn't it do pretty well? I'm pretty sure it got like at least 60 or something on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's find out. Let's find out what this, because if this bitch
in itself, because I didn't think this movie was received well, but maybe it was.
Yeah, I thought that it was. I thought that it did pretty well. Let's see. Because if this didn't do well, then I take it all back. No, yeah, it's a 75%, buddy.
Okay, I don't understand that even a little bit, because there's nothing good about this movie.
Certified fresh. Yeah, there's absolutely no redeeming qualities. Even if you're like, oh yeah, it's a fun song. It's like, yeah, it's a fun...
It's the kind of thing you put on for your kid, and then like 8 minutes and you walk the fuck out, because like...
yeah.
Well, like when you put on like Zootopia for your kids, you're like, oh, I'll stick around and watch some of this shit, because it's good.
Even like Penguins of Madagascar, you're like, oh man, it's not very good, but like I'll stick around for this.
I mean, I'll watch some of it. You got Benedict Cumberbatch trying to say fucking penguin.
It's like Peppa the Pig. Like, you don't watch it. You don't watch that shit. It don't make sense. It's absolutely preposterous and just for kids. But like the plot resolution is so flimsy. Is like they come in and they dance, and then like the ogres are like, oh cool, man, let's dance. And it's like, oh,
this is joy. This is
this is what joy is.
But
it's like people had to teach them about joy, and it's a baffling existence to me to think that such a thing could possibly exist, and that such relentless misery can just be overcome by singing a song and doing a dance. It's like, this movie's terrible. Like, this is the Minions of this year. It's granted, it's better than the Minions, but not by a lot.
I mean, it's not. It's offensive in a different way. It's not about. It's not about fucking domestic terrorism.
But it is making light of like very serious medical conditions.
Well, it basically says that if you have depression, you can get over it by singing and dancing, which is just mind-boggling to me. And like the movie I made fun of the most of this year is fucking You Before Me, which is about mental illness.
Yep.
But like this is just as offensive to me as that movie.
Oh man, I don't know if I can talk about this movie anymore. This movie fucking all you gotta know is that this movie is absolutely fucking terrible. Next we're talking about Kubo and the Two Strings, and this one's good. This one's I didn't really like it. I do. I think this one is certainly set pieces. It's purposely set pieces though. Because it's all crafted, right? Like it's all it's stop motion animation.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's a beautiful film.
Okay, flimsy plot. I'll give you that. It's flimsy.
Yeah, when it comes in for me, it's one of those movies where it's trying to be a kids movie, so it has to restate the plot every 3 minutes. And it's like, look, I'm stoned as fuck watching these kids movies, but I don't need the fucking brass monkey to yell the plot at me every 3 minutes. Like, I don't need that. It's like you mentioned this when we were watching the new X-Men movie, whereas the bad guy just said the same thing over and over again. I feel like the monkey just kept saying the same exact thing over and over again, and it's very apparent in the first half. It gets a little easier once they start running set piece to set piece.
Yeah.
But for the first 45 minutes, literally nothing happens in this movie.
Well, I mean, I did like this movie a lot. That being said, I do not think this movie is perfect. I think it has some problems. The one that you just outlined, yeah, that's definitely a problem. Is that it's definitely repetitive, specifically in the first act. But the one of the bigger problems with this movie is that it throws a barrage of characters at you and basically demands that you like these characters, even if they're not very likable.
Yeah.
Like Matthew.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to me that Matthew McConaughey put more effort into those Lincoln driving commercials than he did at his day in the sound booth for this. He's going at 30%, dude. He hates being there.
Yeah, that character is not likable, and like they throw like these witchy characters at you, and like the problem with the witchy characters is that they're not characters. They're just witches, who are just dastardly and evil, for no reason. And it's like, why is this like this? Why is this movie like this? I did like the
Why
monkey
do you
character
like
though.
this?
I did like the monkey character. I always appreciate good monkey work. And
Yeah, I like good monkey work too. I just feel like it probably could have been written a little easier for the people that have their brains developed. I understand what's happening, and I think most people understand what's happening. We don't have to say what we are doing every 3 minutes. Okay, I get you're after his eye. His eye was stolen. You got to get to his grandpa. He's fucking. They're evil. I get it. It's not like
you gotta get a sword.
appliances here. Let's move to the part where you get the next thing. We don't have to say as you're walking to the next thing why you're walking to the next thing. I don't care.
The weird thing about this movie, and I actually said the same thing about Jupiter Ascending, is like this movie felt like it was conceptualized as a video game, and then they're like, fuck it, make it a movie.
Maybe
we don't want to put the time.
Also with the Wachowski sisters are just insane, so that's probably how their mind works. So
yeah, oh no, I totally think with that one, but this one it's very video gamey in the fact that it's like, all right, you got your mission is to go to this temple and get this item, and then you go to this temple, it's an underwater temple, you get this item, and then you go to this temple, you get the third item, and then you can defeat the big bad, and like it's certainly I think that it doesn't lend itself well to film. The thing is that the movie has enough highs, like whenever he gets to one of those temples, it's exciting because you're like, oh, cool, now some stuff's going to happen, actually. Mm-hmm. And instead of, forcing these character relationships like the fucking monkey and the bug on me, now I get to see Kubo actually do some stuff, And those are the parts that I really, really enjoyed. It is set pieces. It's set pieces. They go from the goddamn temple to the.
Well, I definitely think it's the best looking animated movie of the year. But that doesn't translate to a good film for me, and that's unfortunate because I think there is something to this movie. It just wasn't. I don't think it fully. It's like I got the same amount of entertainment value of this as I got out of Kung Fu Panda. It's exactly the same fucking thing.
I think. Kung Fu Panda sort of throws slapstick humor in your face in the same.
See, here's the thing about Kung Fu Panda. At least I didn't see the fucking. The plot the twists a mile away. Like obviously those are going to be his parents. I think that's so obvious.
Yeah, they made it really obvious that the monkey and the bug are going to be his parents, and like they weren't tiptoeing around it. They weren't tippity tapping. And
then you get to the reveal and you're like, why did it take this long? We could have done it earlier and it would have been the same shit.
Yeah. I do think that there is a lot of merits with this movie though. Like I never felt bored watching this movie. I do think that maybe it dragged a little bit, but I never felt actually bored.
See, I think I may have, just because I felt like they were just retreading the same conversation so often that I'm like, okay, let's move on to the next thing.
Well, what they're trying to emulate there was like parent-like arguments, and it's like, all right, but they're like a parent argument. They are repeating themselves over and over and over, and just making the same points over and over and over.
Okay, but what is that? That doesn't lend to good movie making.
No, I'm not saying that it lends to good movie making. I'm saying I see what they were trying to do. I don't know if they absolutely got to where they wanted to be.
Yeah, but I'm saying don't fucking do that if you're making a movie. Like, fucking.
Yeah. What was This is my next part. Oh yeah, the final scene is fucking incredible. Where he fights the giant Ray Fiennes dragon monster.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like it's incredible. The ending is absolute fucking bullshit. The ending's a cop out. I hate. Okay, so the movie ends with an amnesia thing, and I hate amnesia. I think it's so fucking lazy to be like, oh, he just forgot everything, so all's well that ends well, and it's like, that's fuck you. Oh, I hate that. Oh, like, I could have wrote that. It's like it's almost as lazy as the whole thing was a dream ending. Like it's so lazy. I hate it.
Yeah, I think Kubo's it's fine, but like I don't. It didn't blow me away or anything. I mean, the animation is fucking incredible.
It's amazing. But... Yeah, it's amazing. I think this is the same people that did like Box Trolls as well, which fuck you for making Box Trolls.
Yeah, they made a couple other good ones though.
Yeah, I think they also did I feel like they did Paranorman. Maybe it's the same guys. So. Yeah, and Paranorman's not bad actually. I mean, it's not great, but it's better than I thought it would be. just from
Yeah,
like
it's not a
looking
Tim
at it.
Burton movie, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
fine.
It's like that same sort of like Hotel Transylvania thing where they're trying to do nods to like classic horror movies, but like in this on the same token, they're trying to keep it kid friendly. Paranorman does it a bit better, I think. But yeah.
Fucking Hotel Transylvania 2's got some good fucking references though.
I think I would still say see Kubo. I think Kubo's definitely a watch. Yeah, I liked it. I'd say I liked it.
Yeah, I'll never watch it again, but you know, I think it's maybe yeah, probably watch it once because it is visually like enthralling, like
now
more so
obviously
than
yeah.
Go ahead.
Now obviously like Trolls, it's like the worst movie that we're going to talk about this year. That was the Minions of this year. But I want to move into our next movie because we were talking about you said something about Kubo. You're like, yeah, this movie is beautiful, but I don't think that it lends itself very well. I don't think the narrative is very good, and that would lead us directly into my exact problem with our next film, which is called The Red Turtle.
Yeah, I don't even think it looks good though.
You don't think? I think it's pretty. I think it's not Moana, but it's pretty.
Well, it looks because it's a French studio. It looks like fucking Tintin trying to be an anime movie. Like it's so fucking stupid, dude.
The Red Turtle is kind of fucking not good.
It's not very good, dude.
It's kind of fucking not good. Like here's the thing: is that like my big problem with the movie is that the filmmaking is fucking arrogant. It's arrogant.
It's like, let's take a Terrence Malick script and turn it into a kids movie. That's what it felt like.
It's fucking arrogant to me because like they're like, our aesthetic is so good. Our aesthetic is so good that we don't need to have any other elements in our film. And it's like, well, I'm going to stop you right the fuck there. Yes, you do have to have other elements in your film. And like, I know that like, I will always stand behind Studio Ghibli and like their films, but like we were talking about this before the pod, or maybe it was during the pod, but like this was actually just like a Studio Ghibli licensed film. This wasn't actually made by Studio Ghibli.
They didn't even have any input on it. Like some French director made a short film of this, took it to Studio Ghibli, and he's like, check this out. And then fucking Japanese dudes over there are like, cool, go make that and we'll release it for you.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I feel like if this was, I feel like we were robbed of a Studio Ghibli movie because I feel like Studio Ghibli was almost like, oh, we got that guy over there in France making the Red Turtle movie. That means we don't got to release a movie this year. And it's like, oh, but please do.
It's like, I want to see like I don't like anime very much, but when Studio Ghibli draws that shit out, I'm completely on board.
Yeah, I will stand by Studio Ghibli. I don't like anime either. Like, I have a lot of friends who are super into it. Like, they like Dragon Ball and like.
I don't like any of their shows. I think there's a lot of great animated anime movies, like Paprika. If you've ever seen that, it's like Inception. Nope. So it's what a lot of people think Christopher Nolan robbed of, but to think that Christopher Nolan never sat down and watched an anime is baffling. There's no way.
Yeah, fucking Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan's never even read a Batman comic. All right, so dude doesn't know.
He's the self-proclaimed smartest man alive. He doesn't have time to sit down and watch an anime. He's not. It's not. And you know, Akira. There's a lot of good like movies that I like, but I mean, I would never sit down and watch 400 episodes of the fucking
One Piece.
It's not for me.
Yeah. Even if I like the aesthetic of anime. I just think like
I think it looks great a lot of the times, but like the suppressed sexuality of Japan makes most of them just so unwatchable. Like I don't. It's dudes groping chicks and shit all the time. Like it just ain't like, and like that's part of the plot. That's just like a character. It's not a character flaw to them. That's like a little quip. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You're a fucking rapist. Everyone in Japan is a rapist. Fucking Donald Trump should be keeping out Japanese. Fucking. Have you ever met a Japanese dude that fucks? They don't fuck. They fuck robots and shit. Dude, if I go to Japan, I'm cleaning up there. Or like I don't even have to say anything. Fucking Japanese girls they don't get fucked because all these dudes are just fucking pussies that like watch anime and like they think you can grope people. They're buying fucking panties from vending machines. It's unbelievable. It's fucking crazy. I think America has some backwards fucking relations with sexuality, but Japan just like it's so repressed and crazy to me.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ! But anyway, this movie's not even Japanese.
There's dudes jerking off on chicks on the train in fucking Japan. They're just like there's serial gropers, Chadley.
So like, Studio Ghibli, they didn't make any movies this year. So they passed off to this French guy who made the Red Turtle. And like I think this movie for what it is good to look at.
Yeah, sometimes it looks like fucking Tintin. Sometimes it looks like the greatest movie ever. So I don't really understand. It's like, can we just stick to one thing? Why does he have fucking little black Tintin eyes? That fucking boggles my mind. Can we animate can we animate the characters to look like people instead of fucking?
Well, especially because the movie, like, because it's dialogueless. By the way, it has no dialogue. Because it's dialogueless, it really relies on facial features. And if you can't give them expressive faces, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And they did not give them expressive faces. But let's talk about like the big problem of this movie.
Dude, nobody's talking about this movie, by the way.
And
so we're crazy. About to break some news here because I don't think anyone knows what the fuck this movie is.
This movie is about a dude who fucks a turtle. And he
has a fucking hybrid turtle ass baby. Like, that's the part that people are like scrubbing under the rug here. Is this dude fucks a turtle?
It fucking fucks a turtle. Why is this movie about a guy who fucks a turtle? Like, I remember we were watching it 20 minutes in. My girlfriend was here. She was just about to leave for work. And I was like, hey, Casey, do you think he's going to fuck the turtle? Because, like, that's just where my mind goes because I'm a sick fucking pervert. So I'm like, you think he's going to fuck the... And I just watched Passengers and they fuck like 9,000 times in that movie.
Yeah,
so
dude, one of my favorite parts about Passengers is when there's that fuck scene that leads into another fuck scene.
Oh, yeah, where they fuck... They're fucking on the bed and then they're fucking on the table. Yeah. It's insane. Yeah, it's insane. But, like...
I can't wait to talk about that movie. I love talking about that movie. It's so insane.
But like, I just watched Passengers, so like, sex was on my mind. Like, sex was on my mind. So I'm like, hey, you think he's gonna fuck the turtle? She looked at me deadpan, like, kind of pissed off, and she was like, can you not say stuff like that? Like, that's fucking disgusting. And then she left for work, and I can't wait for her to get back and be like, guess what, Casey? He actually fucked the turtle. Like, there's
here's the part that makes me very uncomfortable. Is first he kills the turtle.
Yeah, he kills the turtle. And then he fucks the turtle and he fucks the turtle a lot, like for a good long time, for like a good 50 years, he's fucking that turtle. And like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I watched this movie almost directly before the podcast. I've already told like 8 people about this because I had to like make some calls and be like, hey, don't watch this movie because guess what it's about?
The dude fucking a turtle.
It's a dude fucking like I feel like we could say this 1,000 times and people will be like, no way. No. Listen to me right the fuck now. That is 100% what this movie is about. And the worst part about it is that it tricks you. The movie tricks you into thinking that's not what it's about. And then in the last minute of fucking screen time, they reveal that he's been fucking the turtle the whole movie. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it's the last minute. It's the last minute they reveal it to you. And then you're like, oh, I'm a sick fuck for watching this because he's been fucking the turtle. And they made a turtle baby. Because, like, the problem is that, like, he sees the turtle as a woman. So, like, for the second, like, because the first half of the movie is him doing, this is the first half. And, like, I am telling you dead straight up, deadpan, the complete honest truth. This is the first half of the movie. Is what happens. He builds a raft. And then he goes out into the ocean, turtle breaks it, comes back, builds a raft, goes out into the ocean, turtle breaks it, comes back, builds a raft, goes out to 3 times this happens. And I want you to know this all takes place over like 40 minutes. It's really it's long. And then there's like a
the
scene.
Movie's not long, by the way. It's 75 minutes or something.
There's like a scene that is tough to watch in this movie. Like it is really tough to watch where he gets mad at the turtle and he breaks a stick over the thing's head. And then
he kills it very viciously. Like I was like, it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was really uncomfortable. And the worst part about the stick thing is that later in the movie, he flashes back and it shows him breaking the stick over the thing's head again.
Yeah.
God damn, fuck you. But then he like goes crazy.
Fuck you, God damn it.
He goes crazy and he thinks that the turtle is a woman, so he like tries to rescue it, but after he like fucking almost murdered it, he tries to rescue it. And so the rest of the movie is like he rescues the lady, and the rest of the movie is just him, living life with this lady. They have their baby and stuff like that. And then like the kid turns like 20 or so. Mm-hmm. And like the kid turns 20 or so, and he sort of gets he gets like restless, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna leave the nest now, and because I'm a grown ass adult now. And so he does that, dialogueless, by the way. This is all dialogueless, so it makes it less interesting. He does that, and then like he starts, like the turtles are like waiting for him, like it's like a posse, and he starts turtle swimming away. And as soon as that happened, I'm like, oh no, oh no, please don't go down the route I think that you're about to go down. And then they pull a double whammy on me. They go down that route, and turns out he's been fucking the turtle. He's been fucking the turtle.
It's so crazy because like you the whole time you think it's like some allegory, like this is like, because the whole movie's framed as an allegory for like love and rebirth and everything.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, no, he was fucking a turtle, which is the craziest thing I've ever, like, that's more offensive to me than any Terrence Malick film. Like, that's more offensive than you trying to push Tree of Life as a good film on me. Like, because they explore similar themes, but guess what? Fucking, they weren't fucking a turtle in Tree of Life. They were fucking raptors, which is fine.
Which is fine. Still kind of weird, but like, and at least in Tree of Life, they tell you straight up. They're like, yeah, they're fucking raptors, like straight up. But in this one, they trick you into thinking he's fucking a lady, like, and like they have a normal kid and a normal life and shit. Turns out, no. You're tricked. You're trapped, and you're a sick fuck if you took any enjoyment out of it. Like. I like this is just perverse. Like, it's so preposterous. Like, I watched this movie and like I truly, like, I heard there was a new Studio Ghibli movie and I'm like, dog, count me right in. I'm on board. And so
I feel like even though we've explained that this is a movie about a dude fucking a turtle, people still will not believe you. Yeah, and I cannot believe, like, because that's why this movie is flying under the radar, because there are people like us talking about this aspect of the film, and no one fucking believes them.
No. Like, so people are, and the thing is, it's like, I almost feel like I feel bad because what we're doing is we're making it sound like it's like a spectacle. No, please do not go and watch this movie. It's
not interesting.
It's not interesting. It's just about a guy fucking a turtle.
It's buffaloed me. Like, this whole movie has buffaloed me.
Like, for the first time in a long time, Colby, like I'm fucking speechless. I don't know what else to say about this movie other than the movie tricks you into thinking it's about something other than a dude fucking a turtle, but do not fall into the trap. It's about a dude fucking a turtle.
This is an Oscar-nominated film, by the way.
An Oscar-nominated film. Is the Academy retarded? That means the Academy watched this and like,
oh, that's not about a guy fucking a turtle. That's an allegory about life, you know? No, bitch.
Life, rebirth in the circle, right? The circle of life or whatever. And it's like, no. Let me hold you up there, okay? Because that's not what this movie's about.
I'm really confused about the hybrid fucking turtle human that they raised.
Yeah, because like it looks like a human, but like the first time he touches water, he's like swimming around in the water and he can hold his breath underwater infinitely.
It's a fucking turtle. Dude, is this a ninja? Like, if he was a ninja turtle, this movie would be 10 times better.
Yeah. Dude, if this ended up being a prequel to the Ninja Turtles, there you go.
Okay, then I'm on board for sure.
Yeah, there it is. I'm on board. But unfortunately, it's not a prequel to the Ninja Turtles. In fact, you could say that it's exclusively a movie about a guy fucking a turtle.
Which it is. And I can't believe that that's how this went down. So I mean, I really don't have anything else to say about this. Like, it's about a guy fucking a turtle, and I like, no one believes me. And I like, because even you didn't believe me, I think, before you saw this movie.
Yeah, you told me, and like, I think I even messaged you. I think I even messaged you this morning when I was watching it. I was like, no way, this guy's gonna fuck the turtle. Hold on, let's see. Oh, there is a scene where crabs eat vomit. That's pretty good. The crabs were the star of the show, by the way.
Yeah, the crabs were for sure.
The crabs were doing hilarious shit. Yeah, here it is. Here's the text I sent you this morning. When you said this guy was gonna fuck the turtle, I thought you were joking, but now it's looking pretty likely that he's gonna fuck the turtle.
Uh-huh.
Like, I feel like people are gonna listen to this podcast and be like, did those guys go insane? Like, did these fucking film reviewers just go absolutely insane watching the Red Turtle? And then they're gonna go and watch it and be like, oh my god, this is the most accurate review I've ever heard for a film.
Look, I'm not elaborating on like we use some hyperbole a lot when we're talking about movies. This is a completely 100% straight review of this movie.
This is 100. We are not fucking around here. All right. This is actually what this movie's about. Oh my god!
Fucking baffling. That's the animated Extravaganza Tronkey on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with a
Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody go. I'm excited. I'm excited for Super Bowl because we always get what. Okay, before we head into Super Bowl, I know we've been running like 2 hours now, but before we head into Super Bowl, what do you think we're gonna get new trailers for today?
Ooh.
I think Saban's Power Rangers is a pretty safe choice.
Yeah.
The thing is like typically Super Bowl, we usually get a superhero commercial, but I think nothing's close enough. I don't think anything is close enough to warrant a Super Bowl commercial.
I feel like we've gotten all the Logan trailers, right? So it's not going to be
it couldn't be Logan. And Logan's too close for this. You know, it's too close to have a Super Bowl commercial.
That's true. Well, what are the big movies coming out this summer? Baywatch, probably. I bet we'll get a Baywatch trailer.
We'll probably get a Baywatch. We'll probably get a Fate of the Furious. Fate of the Furious.
Those are probably locks.
Yeah, all those three seem like locks. Other than that, like what else? What else is even coming out this year?
I don't know. Summer blockbusters.
What if they drop a new Star Wars trailer on us? It would be ballsy. It would be ballsy and expensive.
But I don't know because they just started filming. So.
Oh, I mean, no. I thought they were done because they didn't have to. I thought they were done filming because it didn't matter that.
I bet we'll get we might get a Planet of the Apes.
Oh, actually, Kong. We're probably gonna get a Kong one. That seems like a lock.
Bad Boys 3 maybe.
Ooh, dude,
you know what we're getting for sure? We're getting the Transformers trailer.
Oh yeah,
that's the temple. So we're getting the Transformers trailer.
That's a lock. I think that and Kong are probably locks. Fate of the Furious for sure.
Does Wonder Woman have enough? Do you think they've gotten enough of that? I feel like they just started that one.
Yeah, and I don't know. It feels like it's too far off still, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Tough to say. It's tough to say. So if you got anything out of this podcast, 100% Red Turtle is about a guy fucking a turtle. I can't believe that.
I don't even want to say it anymore. I feel icky.
I feel gross. I feel disgusting.
Disgusting. Talking about the movie.
I've actually got beads of sweat just like pouring down my face.
Tune in tomorrow for the new episode of Trek Epidemic. We're talking about the episode of Star Trek that introduces Khan from the original series, and like us on whatever YouTube or
on the next
on our new feed.
On the next Freeway to the Oscars episode, we are going to be talking about La La Land, Sing Street, Robbed, and Hidden Figures. So make sure you tune into that. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm legit going to change my Twitter handle back to Chadley the Movie because I feel like I was getting more followers from that because it's easy. Than I do. Not Brad, only Reek. Like nobody wants to type that in. Ain't nobody typing.
Let's go do it on Twitter. Check out the next one.